So moving swiftly on, obviously we've been sort of 2/3 of the way through what we tried to get through today. The first of which obviously very much talking about setting up a data platform. The second very much about owning a customer experience. The latter part of today, we've got two more talks, both from our partners rather than from within our group who have come to talk to us about how they're leveraging this technology and this capability in order to enhance our ability to communicate more effectively with audiences through their platforms. So the first person I'd like to welcome is Dan Stephenson. So Dan joins us from Sky. Dan is head of AdSmart at Sky, so very much at the cutting edge of Sky's new advertising technology. So I'll hand over to him to take you through his talk.
Thanks, Pete.
Cheers, Dan.
Afternoon, all. Thanks for having me. If you noticed, I modelled my ring walk on Anthony Joshua there. I think staggering through the ropes and desperate not to fall over, and I think we made it. So yes, I'm gonna spend 15-20 minutes just running you through where we are at Sky and where we've been over the last 5 years. Also very happy to look at kind of our roadmap over the next couple of years as well. So as Pete says, I head up Sky AdSmart in the UK. AdSmart is part of our overall advanced advertising suite, which is really developed in the last 3 or 4 years. So just want to give you a bit of insight into that and also talk you through some of the user cases we've seen in there as well. Really with a view to looking at how we at Sky have upped our game in terms of addressability and personalisation and real sort of data-driven solutions to advertising that complement what we've done historically within linear TV. So this hasn't really changed for us as a business in the last 25 years. These are our sort of 3 pillars that we base so much on. Content very much remains at the heart of what we do. You know, investing in world-class content is as important to our consumer business as it is to our advertiser business. We invest the most in the UK in both content acquisition and our own original programming as well. So, and also, you know, that has really changed in the last couple of years with how we started to forge links, forge partnerships with HBO and Showtime in the US. And also retain and build out our suite of sports rights as well. So recently, you know, back into the acquisition market and retaining a fair chunk of what we do with the Premier League. It never really seems to stand still at Sky in terms of the way we morph and develop as well. Technology is, you know, very much the lifeblood of that as well. So investing in and building out solutions that enable our customers to interact and consume Sky content in a variety of different ways. Most recently, we've launched Sky Q, so that now is our go-to set-top box within the living room. But even within that, you know, that offers a very different way from our more historic set-top boxes. We're seeing, I don't know if you've seen over the last couple of weeks, we've announced partnerships with both Netflix and with Spotify to bring them into the box as well. So you're just seeing, you know, some morphing of that technology. I think voice will start to play more of a role. We've already seen Alexa, the search functionality that we're building into the Sky Q box that is voice enabled. You know, again, just brings a slightly different play to how Sky develop. We've got the Formula One launching this weekend, and for us as well, you know, things like VR, again, starting to ramp up in those areas, starting to invest in that space to bring cutting-edge ways for our customers to engage with content. But also, technology is very much central to how we work with you guys, investing in ad technology, so our agency and advertiser partners, again, get best in breed and innovative ways to reach our customer base as well. And of course, service, well, that on both our consumer side and within our ad business, you know, working closely with you guys, bringing you best in breed solutions, being able to show how they work for you, how they work for your clients, is obviously key to what we do. But this has changed quite a bit, and we've started to talk in a slightly different way at Sky more recently. I think, you know, historically our competitor set has been within the broadcast space, and it remains that way. You know, ITV and Channel 4 You know, we look collectively at how the power of linear TV can be harnessed, and how we deliver solutions that are, you know, competitive with our broadcasting colleagues. We've also moved more closely in recent weeks to those guys as well. We're now all friends. You know, everyone in TV is pushing the power of TV, which is quite an interesting space because in a sense it's pushing back on the Facebook, Google, and digital competitive set of this world as well. So Sky kind of position ourselves at the middle of that. We have the content that I've talked about. You know, we have the linear TV at the heart of what we do, but we also sit on a mountain of data as well, and we'll come on and talk about how that puts us in a slightly different competitive space than ITV and Channel 4. You know, we have our customer base in there. We have 12 million UK households who we manage a first-party data relationship with, and that probably brings us closer to some of the data-driven powerhouses, Facebooks and Googles and Amazons of this world. But it's as I say, it's a really lively canvas. It's a constantly changing landscape, and even in the world of data-driven marketing and data-driven media solutions, you know, we at Sky have launched addressable TV for 4 or 5 years now, but we're seeing obviously, you know, a real burgeoning environment with the likes of Facebook and Google and Amazon, and you know, what will their moves in the space that we broadly call TVB over the next couple of years? You know, bring Netflix into that mix as well. We're now at the real cusp of where data and personalisation and cross-platform solutions are really playing a massive role, and an area that we've really spoken about for the last 10 years, where linear TV for us remains a lifeblood of what we do. I think depending on the demographic, but you know, roughly 75% of TV is still watched live. But clearly, audiences now consume content on their own time and in a variety of different ways. And these are the platforms within Sky, but quite clearly across the wider comms environment, we're now looking at catch-up environments. We're now looking at consumption on mobile, consumption on laptop, consumption on tablet, and content on the go. Because as well, you know, the ad market continues to change and evolve. You know, the expectations of you guys as advertisers, as media agencies changes, but also the expectations of consumers who want more relevant, more timely, more personalized advertising in their space as well. And also, you know, it's about measurement. It's about proving effectiveness. It's about being timely and relevant, but also showing and demonstrating ROI in there as well. And we've also, I think this is on an industry level, we've been very good over the last 5 or 10 years at understanding the changing behaviors of consumers, understanding how people consume content and consume advertising across different devices. And I think generally we've been pretty good at being able to plan this collectively, you know, put together holistic plans for how we see effectiveness and impactful media solutions. The challenge for us, which remains, and we're making some inroads into it at Sky, as are some of our other colleagues in the industry, is how we activate this, how we measure this once launched, how we are able to deliver solutions to audiences as they move across platforms and through these devices. So just to reiterate, within the UK, Sky are in 12.5 million households. That gives us a huge amount of scale. That's, you know, nearly 40% of the UK, 45% of the UK population who are Sky households. We bring the world-class content into that mix, so offering advertisers and consumers an incredibly brand-safe environment, an impactful brand-safe environment there. Technology as well, again, our consumer technology, as I say, the new set-top boxes and Sky Go, and you know, different ways of enabling our customers to engage with content remains. But I think in the ad world, you know, I was talking earlier with the guys at Amazon and with guys at Google. You know, we partner up en masse in these spaces. You know, for us at Sky, although we have a number of the building blocks, we work with Cisco, we work with Adobe, we work with Google, We've partnered, as I say, with Netflix, with Spotify. You know, there's a lot there in the technology space for us to deliver world-class advertising solutions. But of course, at the heart of all of this sits data. You know, it's been the byword of the last 20 years, really, but I think we are now really seeing so much of this come to the fore in the last 2 or 3 years. And for us at Sky, our main data set that is our proprietary data is driven by our viewing panel. Historically, TV, you know, has been measured and continues to be measured through Barb, and now Barb represent about 5,100 homes in the UK. At Sky, we use a viewing panel of 500,000 households to measure and evaluate and validate the viewing that happens on our platform, and also power a number of our other ad solutions. Within the last 6 months, we've increased our 500,000 viewing panel to 3 million households. So again, putting us into, you know, real direct competition in a deterministic data way with some of the more digital players out there. But 3 million households sitting on a viewing panel who give us second-by-second dial-back information on their consumption habits really gives us an incredible engine to power a number of our other data-driven ad solutions out there. It's also about partnering up more widely with those in market who can offer a richness to our customer base. As I say, 12 million households who we work with on a first-party data level, but we work with a number of select partners who enable us to understand more about our customer base. You know, in an AdSmart world, we're a household targeting platform, or we deliver out addressability on a household level. We've worked, since AdSmart launched, we worked with Experian. Experian hold 500 data points on every household in the UK, and a number of their currencies will be familiar to you across direct marketing and also digital marketing. dunnhumby, MasterCard, etc. offer us purchase data and insight in the FMCG space, in the travel sectors as well. So I think one of the bywords I'm putting out there is, you know, partnership continues to be really, really central to what we do and deliver right across our technology stack. So really, just to reiterate, you know, it's this marriage, and there are other players out there in market who are wrestling with this as well. You know, this is not just all about Sky. This is just the window into our world. You know, it's that marriage of content, the ability to offer data at scale, the ability to offer and understand a variety of technologies and how customers are consuming content across them. Data is at the heart of it, but also the ability to be able to break down some of these silos and offer cross-platform solutions that are effective and measurable. And again, this is something that we've really pushed at Sky for our ad partners as well. It's not just being able to reach audiences, it's also being able to be highly accountable as well. You know, most of our non-spot delivered solutions are impression-based solutions. For example, 75% of the ad needs to be shown at normal speed for it to count as an impression. We're delivering them out in world-class environments, you know, it's incredibly brand-safe environments, but also because our targeting and analytics are underpinned by first-party data. You know, again, there's a real Rolls-Royce level of class there that we're putting in market, because it's about being able to be brand-safe. You know, offer agencies and your partners, your ad partners, assurances about how and where content and ad solutions are being delivered. You know, we are very much building out Sky as the ad platform these days. From our days in linear TV, it's now about how we offer value to partners throughout the life cycle of a campaign. All of the data-driven solutions underpinning so much of what we're doing. So the ability to offer insights and offer customization into how we plan campaigns, or how we enable you to plan campaigns. The execution of them, so again, offering impression-based solutions that are hugely accountable. The evaluation that, again, we're fortunate enough to have an understanding of our households and our customers, and to work with you in where you can supply outcome data from partners. We can then get a real end-to-end measurement of our solutions across not just TV, but in the addressable TV space, in the digital space, and cross-device as well. So all of this wraps up in our advanced advertising suite. Just to give you a bit of insight into the components of those. Sky Analytics is our viewing platform driven solution. So with Sky Analytics, we're able to use our 3 million household viewing panel and really optimize and offer unrivaled insights into how advertisers are planning linear TV campaigns. We can build custom audiences in that space as well, but also on the end-to-end level, we're able to evaluate against what actually happened post-campaign. Sky Advance on the other side there, on the right side. Sky Advance is our connection platform that connects linear TV to digital. So again, the 3 million panel sits in the middle, but it enables an advertiser to run a linear TV campaign and then find that audience who have or haven't been exposed within the digital space as well. So we work with other partners who are able to deliver out digital campaigns based on TV exposure on Sky's platform, but also in the wider internet as well. And then AdSmart, which sits in the middle here, is our addressable TV solution. We launched AdSmart just over 4 years ago now. In that time, we've run over 10,000 campaigns. We've worked with 1,500 advertisers. AdSmart is an impression-based solution that delivers out on the main screen in the house. Effectively, what happens is a linear ad break runs, and we simply substitute out the linear TV ad and replace it with a targeted ad based on the data that we understand about that household. As I say, that's impression-based, 100% in view, and at least 75% of the ad needs to be shown in real time in order for it to count as an impression. Historically, AdSmart has been built on a number of off-the-shelf data sets from those industry partners who I've mentioned, from the likes of Experian and MasterCard and dunnhumby. In the last couple of years, we have gone fairly big in terms of custom solutions. So any of you who've worked with the likes of Facebook or YouTube on custom audiences, we now have very much the same thing, but within an addressable TV environment. So custom data is so key to working more closely with advertisers, delivering out bespoke solutions that are highly relevant to your audiences as well. So that's been a real growth area for us. Now, whilst they work well in isolation, and we do have individual teams who are deep dive specialists within each of those platforms, I wanted to just give some illustration as to how, when we bring these platforms together, there tends to be more effectiveness. So we've used a combination, where we've brought a combination of our advanced advertising suite together to either extend the reach of campaigns, engage some of the harder to reach audiences and drive effectiveness there, and also deliver out and maximize response. So if we look at extending reach, we work with a famous beer brand, and what we tend to do in these environments is look at how we can truly understand the target audience that is being targeted through TV in this instance. So working with Sky Analytics, we're able to really optimize the audience that an advertiser are after. Then into that mix, we'll bring addressable TV. So addressable TV is used to complement our linear TV offering by finding harder to reach audiences or being able to localize things geographically. And then finally, we'll bring Sky Advance into the mix, generally post-campaign, where we can really deepen the message in the digital space, so that the linear activation will run in partnership with addressable TV. And then as the campaign is nearing an end, we'll then activate Sky Advance. So we'll deliver out both display and video advertising within the digital space to really extend that overall reach from what was historically just a TV campaign right through to addressability and digital as well. And then if we look at how we're deploying it, where it's kind of taking a left-hand, right-hand approach. We're combining both brand-driven activations with response as well. So again, looking at how we've worked with a bricks and mortar retailer, we're able to dive deep into the true audience that an advertiser are after using Sky Analytics, using our viewing panel data. But then one of the customizations that we have with AdSmart is the ability to create catchment areas. So anyone with a fixed location, we can build a number of different catchment areas based on drive time from that location or based on just mileage from there. So another example of how we do that is work with a number of automotive brands who want to run 250 different executions of TV campaigns where they can localize to their local dealership as well. So driving that cross-platform in this area as well. And then finally, with Advance, it's about reinforcing that, and what we did in this space was work with a retailer who they wanted to run some offers that were pertinent to some of their local stores in certain areas, so running different end frames there, and then also reinforce those offers through Sky Advance as well, and deliver that and maximize that in a digital space. And then finally, just how we've worked, again, very much in the custom space. I think custom has been, as I say, such a boom in the last 18 months where advertisers are able to bring their own data to the table, and we'll work with those advertisers under a shared data agreement, and then we'll activate and build out best-in-class addressable campaigns based on that. So we worked with a famous pizza brand, and we're able to segment their audience by working directly with their database as well. Being able to understand the historic behaviors of their customers. So look at how we can use addressable TV for acquisition as well as retention as well. And what we found through analyzing the data, again, analytics was there to optimize the linear TV laydown and really play to the strengths of linear TV, and then reinforce the message through Advance. But what we found with AdSmart and addressable TV was that we're able to find very specific roles for addressable TV there. We found that AdSmart was particularly good at reigniting lapsed customers in this space and leading and really maximizing the ROI that we're able to get there as well. And then also to existing customers, the ability to tailor offers. I think one of the big learnings, even after 4 years in the addressable space, is what I would like to see more of are advertisers not just embracing the data and embracing the targeting that's available, but also embracing the opportunity for changing creative, tailoring the message to individual segments and individual audiences there as well. So really, just some quick takeaways. We at Sky are uniquely placed in the market. We bring together a number of the components of the media landscape because we're lucky enough to have TV in the middle as well. So we have so many of our customers who are consuming content in a variety of ways across a number of devices. We're still very much wrestling with this. I think it's early days, although we've been in this space for 3 or 4 years now. There is still a heck of a lot that we're learning and building out. And we have a deeper understanding of audiences. We're able to remove the barriers between the different channels and platforms there as well. We're really using data to be able to break down those barriers. Our viewing panel enables us to do that, but also, as I say, the various partnerships that we have in place enable us to get to that level. And then really the evaluation side of it as well. It is so much about how we can work with outcome data to be able to prove effectiveness there as well. We have a variety of case studies on the website, and very happy to work with the guys through iProspect and bring those to life for you at a later date. But on the whole, we're we're wrestling with all of these terms and many, many more as well. So as I say, that's our product suite, but really it's about building out the number of platforms that we offer our advanced advertising on. In terms of our roadmap, we continue to partner out with partners who we think can add value to what we're doing. Most recently in the addressable TV space, we've partnered with Virgin, so we'll be extending. Currently, AdSmart is available. There are about 7 million households who are AdSmart-enabled households. We're going to extend AdSmart capabilities onto the Virgin platform and also onto the Now TV platform within the next 6 months. So that will bring us to, currently we can reach about 27% of the UK population through one addressable channel. With Virgin and Now TV, that'll bring us to about 40%. So a huge amount of scale there where we're able to offer addressable solutions. And that's it really. You know, we're building out our channel partners in the mix as well. So more and more of our channels will become AdSmart and addressable enabled. And as I've mentioned a few times, really custom data, the ability to customize solutions and not just have off-the-shelf targeting capabilities for you guys really seems to be at the heart of developments moving forward. So thank you.
Thanks very much, Dan. Again, time for a couple of questions if anybody has any. Obviously, it's a bit of a departure from some of the standard content that you would perhaps have expected to hear today, to think perhaps around the TV screen rather than perhaps the mobile device, the tablet, the computer, etc. So are there any questions out there for Dan? Got one down here, if we can get the mic.
How do you see that?
Well, it's tuned over the course of the day.
Wrong seat for mic passing, sorry. Your AdSmart product, you're obviously bridging the gap between sort of linear TV and digital from a targeting point of view. But from a creative point of view, we heard earlier about the dynamic creative and personalised creative products that you can do online. Do you see that being a potential for linear TV in the future? Obviously, there are more restrictions from a TV creative point of view. Do you see that being a possibility?
Yes, I see it being a possibility. I mean, it's got to be, without stating the obvious, it's got to be met with the technology as well. So until TV is, you know, IP based and dynamically served, it's, you know, essentially you're still dealing with a TV ad. So the ability to be dynamic, certainly in a real-time way, is not there. But we are effectively gaming the system in a number of ways. So as I say, I mentioned about brands who are using 50, 100, 200 different varieties of executions to be able to serve. They're kind of getting there in terms of tailoring and personalizing. Your point is spot on, because I think AdSmart does sit between traditional linear TV and the more dynamic digital environments. But whilst we're still delivering out telly ads on a telly, you know, we're still bound by not just the regulatory side of it. Obviously, Clearcast, etc., plays a role in that, and that creates a little bit of legacy for us in terms of ads need to be Clearcast approved, and you know, there's regulation that we've got to follow there. But also, you know, we're still dealing with a static environment in terms of TV screen.
Thank you. Time for one more, if anybody's got one. Over here.
Where?
Full run all the way around,
Can't
Victoria. I'll be with you in 2 seconds. Heroic effort, well done.
Hello. We've had Kelly from your team in to talk to us about AdSmart and Sky Advance, and we're quite excited about what we could do with it. We work for a consumer lender. I want to ask a predictable GDPR question. around, are you still going to have 12.5 million households post-GDPR that you can still take advantage of this with?
Well, I mean, it hasn't really, in many ways with our ad platforms, GDPR doesn't change that much. I mean, it's clearly a hugely impactful bit of regulation, but AdSmart and all of our platforms have always had the opt-out capabilities. We've, you know, AdSmart, ever since launch, customers have been able to go in their account settings and opt out. So the clear, you know, it was mentioned earlier by the guys in terms of GDPR offering, you know, clarity in terms of intended use of data and clear signage and ease of opt-out, et cetera, has always remained. So I'm not, clearly as an industry, GDPR heightens awareness of customers in terms of what, you know, not just Sky, but of all organizations are doing with data. And there's a massive responsibility on all of us, individually and collectively, to be, you know, to demonstrate quality and robustness in that. I don't know being the answer, but I don't see it dramatically changing moving forward.
Lovely. Thanks very much, Dan.
Sorry.
Okay.